What's up, everybody, and welcome into the Backliners podcast, Aggro and BaRRaCCuDDa, as per usual. And this week, we got a little bit of a down week. BaRRaCCuDDa hasn't played Smite in a full week, he told me. Yeah, that true?
That is 100% true. Sometimes, okay, so if you've been scrimming for, let's see, 2 months, maybe a little 2.5 months, you kind of need a break from Twitter, from Smite, from literally all of your daily activities. And I decided after playoffs, with also, I was under a ton of like real life stress this year, between like February to literally like playoffs weekend, and I was like, I just need to decompress. I just need to not do anything Smite related. I just need to cleanse my brain, cleanse my mind, cleanse my body. And yeah, it's been very nice. Like, okay, so I might be old.
You are.
But okay.
Because I'm old and you're older than me, so that means that we're both old.
Okay, so when you have like a semi big break, and is it weird to wake up excited to clean your house?
Oh.
Does that mean I'm old?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Really?
does.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I think so.
Because
no, well.
Okay, so
Well, it's
I'll give you
definitely
the
weird.
rundown.
No, okay, it's definitely weird, 100%.
Okay.
But
Like,
I appreciate
very
it.
weird.
I'd say that's like a 6 out of 10.
Oh,
10
that's not
being the
bad.
highest on the weird
Yeah.
scale. Because I understand it feels so much better when your space is clean.
Yeah, 100%.
But I don't want to do the cleaning,
Oh.
Like, I just get really happy whenever I, like, come downstairs and Joe has done the cleaning. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome for me.
So why don't you want to do the cleaning?
Well, I do. I just forget. Okay, here's what happens to me. Okay.
I swear, I just forget.
I do. On God, bro. I will literally,
Okay.
there will be things that I want to get done that I'm like, I actively want to do this. Like, I actively want to do the dishes so that, like, they're clean, all that kind of stuff. And then I will just not remember. It just won't cross my mind for half a second. I want to message someone or do this or do that. And it just literally does not enter my brain space. And if it does, I go, oh, great, I'll do that in like 5 minutes after I'm done doing whatever I'm doing. And then it's gone forever.
Do you have ADHD?
I think so. I think I do. I don't.
Okay.
I've never been diagnosed, but we've talked about. My wife is a special ed teacher, and she's definitely talked with me about it. And she, of course, cannot diagnose me, but
Of course.
thinks that it is pretty likely.
Because what you're explaining is exactly what Destiny goes through.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
Yeah, like she'll start cleaning one thing, or like not even start cleaning it, and then it's like another like thought has entered her mind. She'll go over to this thought,
Yeah,
and then
it's gone. Yeah, and you're
then
not getting
on
it
the
back.
way there, you're like going to a third thought, like way over here. So like nothing ends up actually getting done, but at least she's like traveled between all of her thoughts, like that she needs
we
to.
do a lot of movement for sure. Yeah, we're moving up there, no doubt about that.
And she has real quick. She started
Yeah.
Zoloft, and it's gotten way better.
Ooh.
So yeah.
There you go. That might be the play. This is all a very long intro to say we're doing an AMA episode this week because there's not a whole lot going on in the world of Smite. Big patch coming out. Is it on Tuesday? The patch drops, or is it the Tuesday after that? I don't know.
It might be Tuesday after because my chat was saying like 2 weeks from now, so I assume not this week, the week after this week.
Okay, so not this week, but the week after this week. Oh, Ajax is in the chat, and he says week from Tuesday. Perfect. So now we know we've got a definitive answer on that. So we'll have some stuff to talk about when SPL returns next week, and in anticipation of that patch. But with that, we're taking questions live from the chat. That's what we're doing. And this is why you want to tune in to twitch.tv/prediction esports Sundays at 8 p.m. whenever we record this, because you too can do it.
Or a time around Sunday 8 p.m. might be Monday sometimes.
Right.
You know?
I mean, sometimes it's Monday. Speaking of which, not next week or the week after that. It's going to be a Monday because I'm not going to be here for the weekend. So, that's why you should be following the Prediction Network. And, of course, following us on Twitter because that's the place to go. All right. We're going to kick it off with Mr. Water69. Excuse me, Mr. Water69. I just can't. Now we have sponsors, and I feel like I can't read your name anymore. A long question for the both of us. How do I manage my time? I'm a college freshman and doing homework as I'm watching this, and I've come to the debacle of do I sacrifice my social life for my education and stop games, socializing, etc., and focus on studying or what I should do? Your boy's stressing. That's the way it goes. Look, you are going to struggle with this. If you're anything like me, you're going to struggle with this for the rest of your life. This is what living is. And so in a way, get used to it. But at the same time, it does get easier. I think that, if you're a college freshman, then you've just started college. It's going to feel very overwhelming right now. It'll slow down. And you just have to decide what's important to you. And it's okay if that changes day to day on what you value and what is important to you. I think that that's something that I struggle with. In addition to like my ADHD symptoms that we've talked about recently, is that I feel like I've got to, like, if I set myself on a set of rules, I've got to stick to those. And something that I've been working on is like understanding that I can move my sets of rules around day to day and week to week and month to month, hour to hour, in order to best suit, as long as I'm getting all my stuff done, that I can. And there are days where you can't get it all done, and you just got to try your best. And that's all there is to it.
Yeah, I would say set yourself a list for what you need to do that day. Like 100% have to get done today.
Yep.
And make sure you're checking off everything on that list. And then outside of that, fill it in with whatever you want that will either improve your own life or improve the life of those around you. So you could do like yoga, you could work out, you could socialize with your friends, make their lives better. But just make sure you are, like Aggro said, being a college freshman is completely overwhelming. And you'll learn as you go on which classes actually need a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and which classes, you don't have to go to, and you can just read.
Okay. Great advice, Barry. Really good
read
work.
The PowerPoints online. Not that I would ever do that.
Come on, bro.
Just
there it is.
Take it one step at a time. It will get a lot easier.
Last thing, ranked queues will always be there for your downtimes. It's never worth skipping hanging out with friends or making new friends in order to hit some queues or something like that. Those will always be there. Those opportunities will not. Scott6711 asks, how did y'all make your in-game names? Barry?
I got mine off a leaf blower when I was about 12 years old.
That is the weirdest origin story of all time, by the way.
Okay, I didn't know I was gonna be a pro gamer and thousands of people were gonna know my name.
Right, but you could have changed it but like, why? I just don't understand. Like, you loved the leaf blower? Is that what happened?
No, I just thought the name looked really cool with like the capitalizations. Bro, it was the middle of the Xbox era.
That's fine. I thought it was like, I loved this leaf blower so much that I needed to dedicate my gaming time to
Well, I mean, it was a good leaf blower, and me and that leaf blower did bond from time to time outside doing the yard work. So, I mean, I do have a relationship with that leaf blower, but there's nothing like serious there. Like, it's a wave in the hallway kind of relationship,
Huh?
What?
There's only one way we can take that in, right? There's only one way.
What? You don't have a relationship with the things that you have worked with?
So, Scott, I got my in-game name from a Bayside song, namely I and I, which is a great song, and everyone should listen to it. It's a great band. True Nun asks, only me, what's my Zodiac? I'm an Aquarius. BaRRA, do you want to butt in and tell True Nun what yours is?
I think I'm a Capricorn.
Okay. Let's see here. Does caffeine make you tired? Sign of ADHD. Wait, it kind of does. Is that a sign of ADHD?
That's what he said.
This is what's been happening to me for the last like 6 months. Is that I've been like talking to Joe, my wife, about something, and then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's a classic sign of ADHD," and I'm like, "Huh? Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah, totally. That's how it goes."
I mean, after the podcast, I can send you what Destiny did to like fill it out to make sure.
Yeah, I would love to do that for sure. I'm very interested. Gunks Rocker. Aggro, you said a few episodes ago that you started to teach how to cast esports. How's that been going? I have, and it's been going awesome. Got a small group. I only have like 5 students for a 6-hour class, which is inhumane as far as I'm concerned. But it's actually been really fun. They're all very into it. I was really scared that no one would have any idea like what esports casting was and that kind of stuff, but they're all very interested in esports. And I've been really enjoying it. I have not been like dreading those days at all. I've actually been pretty excited for them. So hopefully that continues.
Nice.
All right, Jack Salt asked the same thing. You're not mom. Hey, Aggro, should I bench David Montgomery for Tyson Williams in fantasy? No, you're not mom, because I'm playing David Montgomery, and if I'm sad, I want you to be sad at the same time. So there you go. OG Wasad. Would you rather have a Hell be a top pick for the rest of Smite or Afro be a top pick for the rest of Smite?
Is it too early to retire? You know, too late. Have I missed the bus?
Yeah, I think you missed it. I think you missed it. It's all right, Barry. You can come cast for season 9. You're gonna.
Perfect.
You got it.
I'll join the class.
Perfect.
I would say Afro, but by like 5 to like maybe 10%.
I would also say Afro because I think Afro requires more. It requires a team composition to work around her, whereas Hell is a little bit more plug and play. And so, although I guess by that metric, if they're guaranteed, then that would mean the same gods are good with Afro forever. And that's lame. So I'm actually going to go Hell. I'm going to change my answer, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Blitzkov asks, who is the most famous person or company that follows you on Twitter or Twitch?
Gordon Ramsay just follows all the like verified people.
Yeah, rub it in that I didn't get verified, and that's really cool of you, BaRRa. We're all cool with that.
Sorry.
Mine is probably Jonathan Feliciano, the guard for the Buffalo Bills, who's actually a pretty big Smite fan. Also, my favorite band that I found within the last like 2 years, Makari, Makari. They follow me on Twitter as well, and I love them, so I'm really excited.
I could say like the lead singer of Fit for a King.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
like,
that's the boy.
Talk. And I want to go to they have a show, and I'm not going because COVID.
Dude, Makari is coming to Atlanta, and I'm not going because of COVID, and I'm so sad.
Dude, there's so many concerts right now that I need to scratch that itch so bad, but COVID is just like roaring right now, and if I get sick in the middle of like SPL season or I don't know, I can't
do it. Nope.
It's so annoying, dude.
Yep. I agree, but that's the way it is, unfortunately. This question is from me. BaRRa, did you think this summer of Euro football was fun?
What?
Did you think this summer of Euro football was fun?
Yeah, I loved it.
Well, great, because footy is back, and our friends at Manscaped are here with a master class to get you ready for this new season. The leaders in men's grooming have done it again and have just launched their 4th generation performance package. Included is their new Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. The 4.0 will have even Paris Saint-Germain jealous of your well-groomed package. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with their new Performance Package 4.0 by going to manscaped.com/back for 20% off plus free shipping. Remember, that's 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/back. Kick some overgrown pubes, hairs, and grass this season with Manscaped. BaRRa, any response to that question by me?
Ninja follows me.
Okay, Ninja's definitely more famous than the lead singer you were talking about. I guess not more famous than Gordon Ramsay. He might be more famous than Gordon Ramsay. I'll bet you he is.
How do you determine famousness? Is that just the overall?
More people know who he is.
So just overall number.
Yeah.
Like numerically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
I think he probably is. Because kids are OP, bro. Kids like make their parents pay attention to that stuff, you know?
Yeah, but everyone knows Gordon Ramsay. If you know anything about food, you know Gordon Ramsay.
I
Like
know.
that's a household name. I guess Ninja in like the craze in the like the peak of Fortnite, like my man was like selling stuff in Walmart, right? Like
I'm pretty sure he still is.
oh.
He's going off, dude. Ninja's going off. No doubt about that.
Okay,
all right.
I'm gonna stay with Gordon Ramsay, sorry.
All right, fair enough. Percy asks, are either of us going to be paying attention to the League World cycle coming up in a couple months? I definitely will be. I always pay attention to League Esports.
I pay attention to North American teams plus a few of the European teams that I recognize, but outside of that, I don't.
Did you hear the rumor that Bjergsen's coming back next season, Barry? He's coming back to play. And his contract with TSM is up in like a couple of weeks. Drama.
No way.
Drama. It's happening.
I thought that man was like super dedicated to you. I mean, if you pick up that man,
maybe he is. Maybe he's coming back to play for TSM and he's going to resign.
Dude, if he gets picked up, that's going to be a fat contract.
Oh,
like the zeros on that contract are just going to keep going.
Oh yeah, he could buy a lot of Lawnmower 4.0s from Manscaped, especially if you use manscaped.com/back for 20% off plus free shipping. Not Charlie asks, were you guys expecting the Titans to win playoffs after swapping Scary D for layers?
I wasn't expecting them to win playoffs, but I mean, like we talked about in the podcast before playoffs, I knew that they had a really good shot against Dragons. I think I said like 50-50 for that matchup.
Yep.
I did not think that I still haven't watched the Kings set, but I did not think that they were gonna beat Kings. And then once they played Leviathans, I was like, but I think that team, if they get on a hot streak, I think they just ride it. And when we scrimmed them the previous week going into it, I thought that they were the best team that we had scrimmed. So they were looking very good. And well, still are, obviously.
Yeah, of course. I personally did not think they were going to win. I picked Leviathans to win. But with the way they played, I'm obviously not surprised. They played great and totally deserved it. PNG Solo asks, if you had to see a 5-on-5 of past and current Smite Pro players and their respective roles, who would each player be?
You want me to do one team and you do the other team?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Smart man.
Okay, I'll just type mine so I don't forget.
Okay, I've already got. I'm just gonna go off. I'm going off the dome. I'm not giving any thought here. Okay.
Okay.
Number one.
I went up. Okay.
I'm going Yemen in mid, of course.
Of course.
I'm going Dagars in jungle. I'm going Baskin solo. I'm going Reels in ADC.
Ooh.
And I'm going... Who do I want support on that team? I was just thinking the other day how much I miss Jeff, so I'm putting Jeff on that team. I'm going to put Jeff on support. That's my 5.
Well, mine's kind of lame, I think. I put PCAT PBM duo. Stealth mid.
Good one.
Adapting jungle.
Sure.
And Demi solo.
Good team. Good team for sure.
I love Demi, and I love that style of solo lane. I still think he was like one of the best team fighting solos ever.
Yeah.
Like for that time, like the fact that he like was mediocre in lane, but his team fighting was literally bar none. Like it was just so surprising to me.
100%. Total beast.
He just played team fights so beautifully.
Resistors asks, thoughts on the current version of Invader's Curse and on if it should be adjusted?
I personally love it. I think invading pre-minion spawn is very lame. I think it forces unfun metas. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but as a carry, having to deal with all that stuff and also having to ward like level 1 just feels very boring, and I think it makes the meta kind of stale, having to check around corners every time you're going to a buff level 1. Yeah, and I do not miss the speed buff invade meta. I don't miss like the 3v3 meta level 1. I don't miss getting horrific by a Hercules level 1 and getting chased around. I don't miss having to time the secure on the red buff level 1 to out secure the support, and hopefully we time at the same time. Like, it's just not fun for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that from a top-down perspective, someone who's not playing in those games, those starts are interesting puzzles to figure out who's winning off an invade. I think that is kind of fun, especially when it's not clear-cut. Like, if they kill them, get the buff, whatever, then that's not fun. But, like, the speed buff invade meta where teams were trading sides of the map and that kind of stuff, like, selfishly, I thought that was really interesting because it was a puzzle I had to figure out every game. I recognize that as a playing experience, it's probably better without it. So I don't feel strongly about it one way or the other. Zoroark wants to know, what gods do the two of us want to see most in the game, and what ideas would we have for their kits? I get asked this a lot. I just want as many lightning gods as possible because lightning is cool, and I want people to get hit by lightning with their kits. That's my answer.
Honestly, I don't really know of like specific gods and goddesses, but since like Guild Wars and that era, like the first Guild Wars, I've always loved like druids. And same with Diablo. So just a very, I mean, I know we have like druid-ish style kits, like I guess like Ardio.
That's right, baby. And she's owning right now. You should be happy, right? Smile.
Yeah, so fun. I love getting 1v5 by an Ardio. Just a character that like summons more pets, or their abilities are like completely pets. Not like controllable pets or by any means, but like I guess like you could have like a wolf attack or like a bird attack, like just the very basic animals, I guess. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Write that down, Ajax. Bear attack, or like wolf attack and bird attack. Okay, that's 2 out of 4 done. I mean, the character's basically done.
I mean, I can't like write the kit for you.
No,
you know,
I'm trolling. M. Donlan asks, do you think it's possible for someone who hasn't played Smite for years to go pro, or do we think that playing for years trumps overall skill? It's certain we've seen a lot of players go pro pretty quickly. PBM went pro within a year of starting playing. Sam for Soccer didn't start playing until like season 2, season 3. Layers, Inbound, those guys started playing on console, so pretty late in comparison to some of the OG pros. But we've seen players definitely rise up and play pretty quickly. I don't think that playtime, it helps, but it's not anywhere near a top factor. Like it is outside the top 5 and most important things you need in order to be a pro.
Completely agree. Obviously playing the game for a while gives you like a lot of wisdom and a lot of experience, but as far as like raw mechanical skill, I think people have such a higher starting line now than they did before.
Yep.
Just based off you can watch pros and see how they react to situations. I mean, back in the day, like all you had to do to be a pro back in the day was just hit your buttons. Like we can say that we did picks and bans, but like the picks and bans that you do nowadays are so much more complicated than what we had to do before. It was just raw mechanical skill. And I think that people, if you are that talented, you can go pro in like a year, maybe 2, if you just dedicate a lot of time to watching streams and watching pro gameplay and just asking a lot of questions.
Yep. Super Cyrus 64 asks, best concert or stand-up comedy show we've ever been to?
Honestly, it's a tie between like I have like 3 concerts. The Fit for a King concert was obviously amazing. We've seen Sleeping with Sirens twice, and banger of a show. And Black Veil Brides also did a very good show. Very, very, very good entertaining show.
I think I want to say it's between 2 concerts for me. I saw Conor Oberst and the Mystic Valley Band in like a small venue in Pittsburgh, and AA Bondi opened up, and I've never seen anyone that drunk, maybe in my life. And that was hilarious and also kind of scary in a way, but he put on a really good show anyways. But my first concert I ever went to was Dashboard Confessional, opened up by Say Anything. And how do you beat that?
Oh,
like, bro, it was unbelievable. I can still, I must have been 13 or 14 or something like that, and I can very vividly remember a lot of that concert and the car ride home, and how like pure I felt in that car ride home. Like that was my first it was so amazing. I can still remember it very well. Flint and Steel asks, you get to reassign a character to a new role, for example, Horus to Guardian or something along those lines. Who would you assign to what role?
Let me look at the god list real quick.
I think I would assign... I mean, the easy ones are like Horus, Hades, Erlong Shen to Assassin, that kind of stuff.
Potentially like Baron to Guardian.
Yeah, Baron to Guardian, potentially. I think it would be cool... I'm going to kind of cheat.
Okay.
I think it would be kind of cool because I think that it's a direction that I wish we could go into more, and that's magical assassins. And so I wish that there was a magical assassins class that you could put like Ao Kuang into and continue to like make kits for that identification, because I think that's like an underutilized type of kit, because it's traditionally very hard to balance, and I think that people get confused when they see mages and they can't like lane. But I think those characters are cool.
Mine would actually be Yamoja to mage.
Interesting.
So I was trying to find one that's not like obvious.
Yeah.
I think she has a really cool kit for mages. I think maybe you change her 3 a little bit. But I really like her design, but I hate how like meta she is, I guess, or how like suffocating she is for like pro level games.
Yep.
Which she might not be now. She has gotten the nerf stick 10 times in a row, so we'll see.
Yep.
If it finally beats her, or she rises up again. But yeah, probably a Yamoja to mage.
I just had to scroll pretty far past. That's where you were talking about your relationship with the leaf blower. So there was a lot of question marks in there that I had to skip. Ryujin asks, can I get your opinion on this? I feel like 10 beads is the inevitable endpoint of SPL level play and is good for the game. If you can't lock down and kill a tank ever with a long CC chain, then tanks are too tanky. If you kill them for free, then tanks feel too squishy. Beads provides a healthy midpoint, especially at SPL level. That's an interesting thought. What are your thoughts on that, Barry?
I like it until they just beads the CC and then go on me.
Sure.
Because for me being an ADC player, I've been like used to a lot of situations I've been in for a long time, and now that frontliners are consistently buying beads, like you said, basically every game. It's very weird position-wise to figure out where you're supposed to be if they just beads. Because, like, if they beads then go on your front line, I need to be there. Right. But if they beads and they go on me, it's like I'm out of position.
Sure.
So finding, like, that kind of breaking point, I guess. But I would rather them have beads than, like, OP Sunder.
Sure.
Or... the horrific sprint meta is a little weird for duo lane. Like, they either both go horrific or one goes horrific, and then you go sprint to counter it in lane. I would rather them have beads than shell. It does make them harder to kill, but I think coming off the Sunder meta, I think it gives Guardians and frontline players a bit more freedom to play the team fights. And not feel like suffocated, I guess. I mean, you still can feel that way on like Ymir.
Sure.
If you get gone on Ymir, even if you have beads, sometimes you still die. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I'm in a weird place with this question because something I've actually thought about a lot. I'm personally not a fan of seeing 10 beads a game. I think our relic design is really cool, and I want to see more unique interactions and combinations of relic pickups, and beads being being required. I'm putting in air quotes because it truly isn't required, but feeling like that's necessary stifles a little bit of that. That being said, I think you look at a game like League of Legends where in 99.9% of games it's 10 flashes outside of like Camille or some stuff. And some people, you know, I've seen like on the Reddit or whatever, which is my mistake for ever looking at those things, but it's like, oh, you know, it's a serious design flaw of Smite to make beads so necessary. And I just think that MOBAs are so... There's so many moving pieces. And it's we want to push the envelope in terms of keeping things interesting and bringing new things to the table. And something like beads being more and more required, I think it's inevitable if the game is going to continue to progress healthily in other ways. If it's possible, you know, if we could figure out a way to make beads inherent on every character and give them to you for free, and then let you still pick 2 other relics, I think that is my dream scenario. But obviously with console being such an important part of our player base, and we're out of buttons there, so I don't think that's very likely. In answer to your question, I'm not worried about it. I think that it's fine, and I think that you're right that it was just an inevitability, because the easiest way to play Smite is just overlap CC on the dude who you can kill, and then it's a 5v4 and you're weighted, the fight's super weighted in your favor. So.
Yep. Well, I also think beads are really necessary right now with the boots removal, because I think tank boots got you out of basically all situations between levels 5 and 10.
Yep.
And now that you don't have that immediate like escape to, you are just so much more squishy on the map in certain situations.
Yep. Definitely.
So if you don't have beads and they have beads, it's like, okay, like even if I have horrific or sprint or shell or sunder or whatever here, if I get hit by CC, I'm still dead. Like if I press horrific, it doesn't really do anything in that situation. So yeah.
Sure. Spell. I might have missed some because my chat like snapped to the front, and so I can't scroll up all the way back. So I apologize if I missed anyone. Spellgas asks, is the meta really stale, or are people just saying it? I don't think it's stale at all. I think that this is... People say the meta's stale every year, at every point of the year. Like, the meta changes roughly about the same amount around the same times. We literally... Boots removal is the biggest thing that's happened to the Smite meta in years. Like, maybe ever. Including map changes. There is no way it's stale, like, months away from the biggest change Smite has ever seen in terms of the balance implications. Like, I just don't buy that. I just don't.
Yeah, I think if you say the meta is stale over, like, 3 to 4 times a year, just go play a different game.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's changed so much. Like, yeah.
Yep. I'm Jack Salt asks, what is the best or most interesting conspiracy theory? I've always been very interested in the JFK assassination. I really want to know what happened, because it doesn't add up, you know? It just doesn't add up.
I would probably go with something along the lines of like aliens or something paranormal. Like
Sure.
if the government does know more about like the afterlife than they're letting on, or just like UFOs that they're letting on. I've always been super interested in all of that stuff.
Yep.
So yeah.
Sebulbasaur asks, who is your favorite comedian? This is easy for me. Mine's Tim Robinson. If you haven't watched, I think you should leave on Netflix. You don't know what funny is, and that's as far as I'm going. It's the funniest thing of all time.
I don't think I have one.
Bears is also Tim Robinson, no matter what he says.
Maybe like Bo Burnham? Maybe.
Burnham's a good one.
But I'm just not really like a comedy guy. Like I'd rather watch like funny YouTube videos than watch like a comedy special.
Or I Think You Should Leave. You could also just watch I Think You Should Leave.
Didn't I watch that?
Shut up. I'm trying to help you here, man, not me. Lairbeard asks, what has been your favorite set this season? That's a good question. I don't remember. I just can't remember them anymore, man. Today is my 5-year anniversary at High Risk. Can you believe I've been casting for 5 years now? It feels.
Do you know how many individual games you've casted?
No, it's like in the high hundreds. I bet it's gotta be. And I'm usually like, if you bring up a specific set and like a specific time of year and like what was going on in the meta, I'm usually very good at remembering them. But like things like that, like favorite set this season, I just can't remember.
I would just say the Dragon's Bolts one, just for the Twitter drama that went on afterwards.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was solid. All right, what are King of Kings 315? What are y'all's dream cars?
I don't really have one. I'm not really a car person.
I'm not really a car person either. I would like an electric car. And I would like a Tesla, but I don't want Elon Musk to get my money. So that's a tough spot for me. I gotta like buy one used, you know? That's what I gotta do. That's the only way.
Yeah, I would probably just go with like a generic like sports car, one that just like, oh, that looks cool, but I'm really just like a point A to point B kind of guy. Like I don't even know a lot of cars, so.
Yep. Shane Zell asks, what generation of Pokemon did I enjoy the most? BaRRA too, if you have played Pokemon a whole lot.
I would just say Blue because it was my very first one.
Yep.
And I played that game religiously.
Silver and Gold Generation 2 is the best. Those are the best Pokemon games, and it isn't close. And I really won't hear an argument otherwise, to be honest with you. They're just better. Everyone in chat's coming at me for saying that Ninja's more famous than Gordon Ramsay. But let me ask you this, chat. Let me ask you this, chat. How about some less well-off nations that aren't watching a whole lot of Food Network or like know a whole lot about restaurants in America or England or anything like that, but they, those kids want to be playing video games, and who is like the face of video games? It's Ninja. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it's not Bjergsen. Not quite. All right, let's see. Okay, man, people are really going at me for this.
I know. That's a lot.
Okay. Britt asks, I don't know if anyone's ever asked you this, but if you were both not casting or being a pro gamer at Smite, what would you be doing?
I would be working cardiac rehab. I'm using my college degree and probably going back to get my master's in, not sure yet. But yeah, I would have probably got my master's by now. So, so maybe wait a second.
Hold on, BaRRA, like running the numbers right now. No way that's actually better for you though, right? That would have cost you a lot of money in order to get your master's. And you won a lot of money playing Smite.
Is money the key to happiness, though?
Not always. I was talking about this about money the other day. Money is binary. You either have enough or you don't. And then past that, it doesn't really matter that much. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why never mind. I'm not going to go into it.
I thought you were about to.
I was so close
there.
to it. I was right on the edge, but I'm staying away from it. I think I would... I don't know. I was in sports broadcasting, obviously, before I got into Smite. And I did really love a lot of aspects of that job. There were a lot of aspects that I did not love, including the hours and the pay. I think it's fairly likely that I would still be in that field in some way, probably doing producing or at this rate, ideally, if I had stuck with it that whole time. It's been 5 years since I quit. Having my own radio show in Pittsburgh or something like that would be the dream, but for me, if I in that past life, but I'm much happier doing what I'm doing now. There's no doubt about that. Squiggly Barnacle asks, what are your guys' favorite sketch respectively from I Think You Should Leave? BaRRA, you go first.
What was the one that I laughed at? I did tell you one that was semi-funny, I think in the first episode, maybe the second episode.
All right, first episode. Hold on, we can go from the top. This is how much I've watched the show. I'm pretty sure I can name all the sketches in order from the first episode. It opens with the job interview one where he opens the door the wrong way. Did you like that one?
I don't remember that one.
Okay. Then it was the Turbo Team, Has This Ever Happened to You lawyer sketch where he's going on and on about the increasingly ridiculous things that might have happened, and you can call him in order to remedy those things. That's one of my favorites, but not my favorite.
I don't think that was funny.
Then it goes to the Baby of the Year sketch, which is great. Everyone hates Harley Lee Jarvis.
Did I watch this last year? Because I'm just not remembering anything.
Then it goes to the... it's like 3 girls at a brunch trying to caption their Instagram pictures. That's a great sketch.
I want to say it was that one, because that was the one I was thinking of the most, but I don't know if I actually thought that was funny, but that's the only one that I actually remember a little bit, like a hair of.
And then there's one more sketch. Oh, it's the one where Jacob just has to like the gift, where he eats the gift receipt. But Jacob had too small a slice after his sloppy mud pie, and then it makes Lev sick. That's all of episode 1. There you go.
Oh, well, I'll just go with the 3 girls.
All right, great. That is a great sketch. I literally cannot pick one. It changes all the time. Here's my hot take, though. I think season 2 might actually be better than season 1. Season 2 is excellent. Just bangers top to bottom. It's so good. All right, let's see. Worst passive in the game. I don't know, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time thinking about it, but I will say that going back to the Reddit post discussion, one time I saw one person get upvotes saying that Nuwa had one of the worst passes in the game.
Okay.
And that can't be that. If you're listening to this and you upvoted that comment and you know it deep down, I want you to really, really, really think the next time you're about to BM someone in your Smite game, do you really know better than them? You could both be clueless, but you don't know. If you think Nuwa passive's bad, you can't know more. It's not possible. So that's where I'm at.
I'll probably say like Cupid. Or ADCs anyways.
Cupid's passive, yeah. I don't know. It gives you extra. Does it give you extra scaling on your one?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but 8 stacks, like.
You get 2.5 a second, bro. I'm not worried about it. You're gonna get 8.
Start the game with 2.5.
Yeah, it feels like it. Donut Hole asks, would we like to have double elim brackets in tournaments?
Always.
No. I like having stakes from game 1. I think it removes stakes from early rounds, and also makes the tournaments very long, which is also not great for me and my team. So that's it's a very biased opinion, but that's the way I feel. So there you go.
Double elim or bust.
Sure, fair enough. Hulk asks, thoughts on Charybdis? If Charybdis will play the first week they are available.
I haven't played her since PTS. And on PTS, she feels like she'll be hard to kill, but I don't know if she'll actually be viable. I think her 2s we already use in team fights. Her 1, I don't know if it actually does anything, but it feels cool. And there are 3 and 4 are like some of the like really good survivability abilities in the game.
Yeah.
But I think her ult's really hard to actually use in a team fight, especially at like top level. And I think it'll just be an ability that you're using while running away.
Porta John asks, in our opinion, who is our best gods?
Probably I would say Hachi or Sol for me.
I think I'd probably say Raijin. I feel like I'm really comfortable on that god, and he's really good. Maybe Giannis as well, but I need to be playing a lot in order to feel like I'm good with Giannis, because I'm trying to utility my way through the game, not just snipe people. Scoutmaster 5, what do you think of the Obo and Ichval nerfs for carries?
What were the nerfs?
Don't remember.
I just remember they got worse. I think Obo went from like 40 to 30. I don't remember the Ichval off the top of my head.
Sounds right.
Do need to read those before scrims, but
yeah, you should. I gotta read those before I cast.
Just depends on if it still feels like, I don't know if they necessarily needed to get nerfed, because I kind of feel like not stacking was kind of a breath of fresh air.
Yep.
And we've been stacking for so long, so I was a little sad to already see the Ichval nerfs. I mean, it's fine, I guess, but I would pref that it didn't, just because I like the bow builds and like not stacking.
Sure. Snooty Boops asks, should Zeus 1 go through walls? No, it shouldn't. That's my opinion, at least. All right, let's see. The Trumpet Way asks, so speaking on this, what the number one thing console pros struggle with when moving to PC? It's probably, I don't think it's anything in particular, outside of like just getting used to the mechanics. That was, the first, the Smite was my first PC game, and it just took me literal years to feel like I could actually move my character the way I wanted to. So that's like, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Cool. Willy Derpy Derp. BaRRA, do you all ever practice specific in-game scenarios, like load in at level 20 full build and just practice FG dances or sieges?
That would be a good idea if the custom game lobbies were better.
Yep.
But they're not. So unfortunately, you would have to sit by until 20 to 25 minutes in the game and wait until those fire giants spawn, and then at that point you might as well just be playing in the game already.
Yep.
If you're gonna wait for that long. I do wish that custom games were a lot more customizable, like say you could load in right at 25 minutes, like we go to fire giant, we play that dance. But they're just not. I would say the thing that we did the most about that question is just practicing the early games back when early like level ones were the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
And scrims, literally, you would have scrims where the side lanes wouldn't play for like an hour. Like, you would just watch your 3v3 go to either your speed buff or their speed buff, and they would just brawl. And then people would change relics, people would change starters. Like, I would literally just walk to my lane, the game would be over, and restart.
Yep. Isn't that fun?
Oh, yeah, so fun. I felt like I got so good at Smite back then.
Absolutely. That's big for you. Resistors asks, are there any items that you wish could get reverted or added back into Smite? For them, it is cooldown reduction on Pythax.
I did love that item. That felt so good as a mage or a mage duo lane. You literally finished that item and you felt unkillable. Probably kin size with lifesteal.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. I would say old Magus, where you could get like 50 flat pen on people.
Oh yeah,
that was good. Just an opinion that getting like 50 flat pen on one person was like good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good actually.
I think so. Super Cyrus, I am talking about Mr. Smalls. I think that is where I saw Connor Oberst in Mystic Valley Band. Domo Swaggins asks, what are your favorite hard rock / scream music? Asking for good workout songs.
Ooh, I have a lot. Piffer King, Beartooth, Wage War, Asking Alexandria. I would say that's my top right now. I don't want to like go down my entire Spotify list.
Yeah, of course.
Be here for, like,
I
20
will
minutes.
say just the song I listened to on repeat before I cast like any final, I always listen to BFG Division from the Doom soundtrack. That's my favorite like hard rock or sort of song. It's absolutely banging. All right, BaRRA, we're at 8:48 already. We gotta kind of hit the jets here a little bit as we
I've been
go.
waiting.
Okay, fair enough. How come I always have to ask the
Breakfast.
questions, man? Okay, yeah, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I'm gonna go with I'm dinner. I like dinner foods.
I'm dinner.
I'm dinner. BaRRA's leaf blower to him. I'm dinner. Anyways.
Okay, that was good.
Thank you.
Really
Sword. Did the Steelers make the playoffs? I would have said no, but they just beat the Bills, so I'm saying yes. That's the way it is. Now I gotta. Okay, BaRRA, if you see one, you ask it, because I'm scrolling and I'm doing it the same time.
What is something from League that you like to see implemented in Smite?
The way their lobbies work. I think that their ranked lobbies is better. And
pressing tab and clicking something and pinging it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yes, agreed. That would be very nice. Okay, here we go. I don't know. Oh, wait, no, I already asked that. All right, answer that question. You know, BaRRA, why don't you do the rest here as I tell the fine people about Mint Mobile and how great Mint Mobile service is. I needed to find a time to get an ad read in anyway, so now you can start asking the questions to close out the show while I let you know that with Mint Mobile, you can get premium wireless service for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all of your existing contacts. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. So, to get your new wireless plan for just that $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/backliners. That's mintmobile.com/backliners. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/backliners. Didn't you guys actually switch to Mint Mobile, Barry?
Yes, we did. 3 days ago, it was very, very, very easy. And funnily enough, I showed Destiny. We were going over the prices, and we 5 months. Okay, not even like because it's an ad read. 5 months at T-Mobile is how much Destiny spent for an entire year at Mint.
What a deal, guys.
So I was like, okay, we're literally using their networks, and we haven't, like, our connections have literally been the same or better.
Yep.
And it's so cheap, and I was like, why am I not swapped over earlier? Like, did I just miss the boat? Like,
why haven't you?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking to you, chatter, that's listening or watching this. Why haven't you switched over to Mint Mobile?
Okay, seriously, just check the prices. Like, I'm someone who pinches all my pennies, and
your podcast co-hosts, he pinches me all the time.
And yeah, okay. Are ghosts real?
Yes.
Strong agree. Where did my bread habit come from? I started eating bread just kind of.
This is nice. Okay. I don't have to read it all. I just wait until you tell me. I'm gonna kick back. Please continue.
Okay. So basically, I just get hungry when I eat. I get hungry when I play. So bread is like the easiest, most like snackable thing for me for some reason, and I've loved bread and / grains like my whole life. So literally, dating back to like my childhood, I just love bread. Like crescent rolls, I would literally go through a whole like sleeve of crescent rolls at dinner.
Crescent rolls.
And yeah, I just since I grew up. Like literally at night, I would just have like a peanut butter sandwich. I'm just.
Bear, have you ever taken crescent rolls and put a piece of string cheese in the middle before you cook them, and then you cook them up and they're like cheesy crescent rolls?
No, that sounds delicious. Though.
It's really good.
You should try little unhealthy.
And then a little. You put a little pepperoni around each of them too. They're like little pizza things. You can dip them in. You can dip them in marinara sauce if you want.
That does actually sound pretty good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, there's been like no questions for a while. I've been scrolling. Well,
that's good because we gotta close the show eventually.
Trying to find a question. No question. Do you think Worlds will be in person? No.
No. I don't know. To clarify, I do not think that with the way we are going right now, it would make a whole lot of sense. If things change significantly, we all know that that's what we would all vastly prefer. But with the way things are going right now, I'd be very surprised if we are able to do that.
Yep, and with COVID rearing its ugly head again, like, I think people should just be as safe as possible in all aspects of their life.
Agreed.
Who's the best player in the league right now? We'll pick someone off Titans. I will go with Paul.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think that is likely. Yeah, I think it's the safest answer.
Maybe Benji, actually. I think Benji looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'll go with Paul as well.
How important do you think win rates are for balancing gods?
Important in context, but understanding that aiming for 50% win rate for every god is not what you want. Gods like Arthur and Giannis and these harder to execute characters, they might be balanced at 46% or 47%, whereas characters that are a little bit easier might, need to be balanced at a different rate. So I think it's important, but not by any means the only metric.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a good starting line. Like if someone has like 20%, then you can be like, oh, this character probably needs some buffs. Or if they're like 80%, they're probably gonna need to get nerfed. But I think, as you said, getting every god to 50% is just extremely difficult, especially with how good people are at some characters and how bad people are at some characters. Like,
oh
yeah, there's a big difference, and I like that. I think that's healthy for the game to have kits that are very hard. Favorite animated show?
Animated show makes me think not anime, which would lead me to say SpongeBob, old school SpongeBob. Nothing hits like SpongeBob.
I might go with like an old school Toonami show, honestly.
If you step up and say like Inuyasha, I'm gonna I'm gonna have to fight you or something like that. Did anyone actually like watching Inuyasha back in the day?
I never actually watched Inuyasha a lot.
I'm sure that there's gonna be like 6 people in chat going, actually, Inuyasha is one of the most critically acclaimed anime of all time. Like, that show sucked as when I was a kid. Okay, I don't care what anyone said. That show was bad, and I won't apologize.
Honestly, I'll go with like Ronin Warriors. Well, like the OGs of animated shows. I used to watch it a lot. Same with like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z and all that.
Sailor Moon.
I guess Dragon Ball Z. Is Dragon Ball Z an anime? Sorry.
Yes, it is an anime. Yeah, it's really
good. What's the random question of the week?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't thought of it. Do we need a random question of the week whenever we spend all day answering questions?
All day, literally all day.
Man,
we've been here for hours.
So hard, man.
Will Destiny and Joe ever get their own episode?
Yeah, Joe actually said this would have been a good week to do it, and she was right.
They should do an AMA episode about us.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what do you think they're gonna talk about Smite? What do you think they're gonna do? They're just gonna trash talk us the entire time. Yeah, we're gonna have them do one. Next time we would do an AMA episode in this type of situation, we'll have them do it. That's the game plan.
What do you think? Benevolence change, very necessary. Kind of a weird meta. I like that it was immediately handled. And I also like that those little metas are able to develop.
Yeah. No, I know you could talk about Smite Destiny for the record. Joe doesn't know anything about Smite. Except for the fact that she thinks it's all just capture the flag. That's her. For Joe, this is a true story. For my wife, she thinks that games only come down to there's only 2 different types of games. And that is shooty games and capture the flag. Those are the only 2 types. And Smite is capture the flag.
I love capture the flag. That is my favorite objective game type in every Halo game.
Really? I like King of the Hill. Do you want to lose respect for me as a person, BaRRA?
Yes.
Do you know my favorite game mode in any Halo ever?
Oddball?
SWAT. I will queue SWAT morning, noon, and night. I love it. I love SWAT. I know it's not a popular opinion. I know that it's not loved among Halo purists, but SWAT's really fun.
Noobs love SWAT because all you need to do is hit one bullet.
Yeah, click their head, bro.
Yeah, that's so fun. I love that. Especially
SWAT is
post
fun,
advantage in SWAT is so insane.
God, it is brutal.
Yeah, dude, and that's why it's awful.
And you know who had a really good connection growing up on his console, who was hardwired? This guy right here, dude. I would host people in COD and in Halo all the time. I loved hosting lobbies. Game battles, you know who's hosting? Me. I'm hosting. And I would just demolish because host was so OP in those games.
Dude, we would go to CJ's house because for some reason he would pull host over everyone, and we get like 4-man host.
Oh my god,
or 4-man host advantage. Oh, it was so nice. We'd stay up all night drinking Mountain Dews and listening to DJ Khaled.
Yes, okay, I don't know about that last part, but the Mountain Dews I'm in for. It doesn't make you kind of sad at sometimes, Barry, that you're not going to be like that part of your life is just gone. Like we could do it, we could all get together and drink Mountain Dews all night, and like it would be fun. It'd be a great time. But
it'd be great until like 11 p.m. when you're like, I'm tired. Can we just go to bed? You guys want to watch a movie?
Yep, exactly.
I play games literally all day. Like I kind of just don't want to play games my off time. If that's cool with you guys.
All right, BaRRa, when Halo Infinite releases, we're going to one of our houses. We're staying up all night. We're drinking Mountain Dew, and we're slamming some Halo.
That sounds fun. Team doubles?
Team doubles. You know it, baby.
I'm so down. That actually sounds so fun.
Come on, chat. Tell me you wouldn't subscribe to twitch.tv/2Rs, 2Cs, 2Ds, which is a real username, by the way, that someone just subscribed to me with today. It would be really fun. That would be a blast. That'd be the play.
Sorry, I thought there was. Thought you were going to segue into a question there.
I wasn't.
I thought you were about to.
You're asking the questions, Barry.
No, we're out of questions. I made it to the bottom of the chat. There's
no okay. You gotta tell me that. That's got to be informed. All right. Do I have to come up with a random question of the week now?
Wait, you want me to ask Destiny?
Yeah.
Wait, is she in chat?
Yeah,
Destiny,
she was
come up with
chat.
a random question for the week.
I think Joe's probably in bed, so she can't come up with it. necessarily.
So to buy time for Destiny, I spent this week cleaning my garage out.
I need to do that so badly. Joe's mom came to visit recently, and it was a nice visit. I'm glad she came, and she came with a van or like an SUV packed with a thing on the roof of the car filled with Joe's old stuff from her entire life, and she was like, "Here you go. Here it is. Here's all of it." And now it's just in our garage for the rest of time. It's never moved.
That's awful. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I have the question. Go ahead.
So the thing about garages is they just get dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, and then you'll wake up one morning and you don't want people to ever go in your garage because of how dirty it is.
What if that already has happened to me?
Then you should wake up tomorrow and be like, I need to clean this.
Yeah.
Or, okay, just do it like bit by bit. Just start like 15-minute increments. Just force yourself to go into the garage, find a lonely leaf blower.
Okay, man. Remind me to hide my leaf blower when BaRRa comes to see my house, Chad. I'm scared. I'm scared for my leaf blower, that's for sure. Okay, anyways, Destiny reminded me. She told me what the question of the week would be last week, and I just forgot about it. Here it is. BaRRa, this is not so much... Well, I guess it is a question. I can phrase it as a question. Okay. Why do you hate single-player games?
So, growing up, I would play, obviously, StarCraft and Halo.
Uh-huh.
The very good multiplayer games. And then beyond that, every time I've touched a single-player game, I've gotten so bored in the first, 30 minutes, maybe even 15 minutes, that I just stop it. Okay, back when I worked at the theater, I bought so many, it was my first time having money, and I bought so many games in the Steam sale. The summer sale came by, the winter sale came by, I went off. I bought so many games, I was like, oh, I'm going to play Skyrim. I'm going to play, it was Metro Exodus, I think was the name of the game. I bought, what's the third? Witcher. I bought the third Witcher, whatever.
Sure.
I bought all these really good games, and I bought Crysis 2 or Crysis as well.
Dude, Crysis was so fun back in the day.
And I have literally never touched them. I tried to play Skyrim and I got bored in 30 minutes. I tried to play Metro.
I am with you on that, okay? I am with you on that. Chat, anyone who still thinks Skyrim's great today is completely drowning in their nostalgia. Drowning in it. As someone who didn't play it when it first came out, 2 years ago, I tried to play it. That game is unplayable. It's unplayable. And I'm right. I did play it with mods, Twinkie Fob. I did. It is unplayable. Don't tell me otherwise, okay? This tilts me. No, chat. I'm right. I don't want to hear it.
Joe was sleeping.
Yeah, and then she heard that chat was telling me that in the year 2021 that Skyrim is a playable game anymore. Give me a break, dude. Give me a break. That game, it feels like I'd rather pull my fingernails off than try to move in that game. It feels horrible. It feels horrible.
So me and Destiny actually just started playing it this week. No troll.
It's horrible. It's bad.
Loving watching her play. I think it's just because my brain was so full of stress and Smite that I just wanted to chill on the couch.
Yes.
And just watch her play.
That's what I was going to tell you.
Single player game.
I can already tell what your problem is with single player games. It's because you're locked in your gamer chair and you're trying to game. Okay, single player games are not for gamers. They are.
It's like reading a book.
It's like reading a book. Exactly. And here's the other thing, okay? That's why Dark Souls... That's why, Dark Souls... This is actually my favorite chat I've ever seen in this podcast. M. Donlan simply says, I'm sick of this. That is such a good message to put in chat. I don't want to be around anymore. That is so good. Okay. All these hard games, that's not what I'm looking for, man. I'm not trying to play God of War on insane difficulty. I want to just play the game, do some cool stuff, feel like I'm a beast, and enjoy a story. That's what I'm there for. I don't need all this stuff. I don't need the difficulty. I don't care about Dark Souls. I don't care about... Sekiro looks cool, and I kind of do want to play it because I think it aesthetically really is appealing. But it's just like, I just can't get behind it, man. I just can't get behind it. Like, that's not what I think single-player games are about for me.
For Destiny, she's just trying to buy a house to adopt some orphans.
That's so wholesome.
that's why.
That reminds me. Oh my god, what was the name of this game? Hold on, I have to Google it. I know we're already way over time, but now I'm in on this. It was Deus Ex. I think it was Deus Ex Machina.
Oh yeah.
This game.
I actually have that.
Yeah, it came out. Okay, yeah, it came out in like 2015. Perfect. My college roommate. I watched my college roommate play this game, and he really wanted to go through on a killless run. You could play like pure stealth, only knock people out, don't kill anyone. Mm-hmm. And he would like try, and he kept getting like caught, and he'd have to like shoot people, and then he'd restart his save, and he'd get so mad, and then he would just like hit a save point, and then just go on an absolute massacre, and just like get it out of his system. And that was the funniest thing to me. That was so funny. And that's what I think Destiny might need to do, is like, she's trying to be this wholesome, like, orphanage starter. Just keep a save that you can load up, that you can then just go and slaughter some people, and then get right back to it. In order to keep your pristine, keep your pristine moments there, you know?
Oh, I did really like Harvest Moon back in the day.
Okay. All right, we're getting somewhere. Bear, I'll bet you I can't imagine someone playing the new God of War game and thinking this isn't cool and this isn't fun.
I think I would play it for like 10 minutes, and then it'd be like a rinse-repeat process, and then I would stop playing it.
Not that well, it kind of is rinse-repeat, I suppose, but there you go.
Yeah, I could play like Diablo with friends, but I guess that's not single player. I do like co-op games. Like I would play... If people wanted to play Overcooked 2, I would love some Overcooked 2, but I don't know if that counts as a single-player game, like single-player, like story-esque game.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that we gotta find a single-player game you'll like. I believe in it. Surely there's one.
It would have to be when I'm not in an SPL season, because, like, I spend like 8 hours on my computer, and the last thing I want to do is be on my computer more.
That's what I mean. You gotta play it on the couch. You gotta find a game on your couch. You know, that's big.
I think at that point I would just rather watch Destiny play it.
Sure.
Because I feel like my hands would be tired, you know.
Yeah, being a gamer is so tough. Dude, after a long day of work, gotta rest the old moneymakers. Am I right?
Gotta put them in ice for a little bit, you know, cool them off, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like VR games if they were single player, but
I have a VR headset. Yeah, I can't do it either. That's what I was about to say. I can't play any games because I get motion sick.
It just like turned on one day for me. Like it was in the middle of like a VR session. I was like, oh, I'm motion sick, and now I need to lay on the ground for like 30 minutes to let this go away.
Isn't being old the best? You're really starting off talking about being old, and now we're ending the show.
Yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes.
I've actually kind of accepted it. Like,
sure.
I was fighting it for a while, and then me and Destiny got home from buying groceries today, and I was like, what are those things the kids are flying nowadays?
Oh
she was like, drones? And I was yep, that's them. Because we were talking about, like, what kids do, like, for toys nowadays. Like, back in the day, we had, like...
Stop saying nowadays, man. Stop saying nowadays.
Like, what are kids doing for toys nowadays?
Oh, my God, dude. You can't say that. You can't say nowadays.
What do you mean? Why not?
You're going to lose... Everyone's going to think you're ancient. Like,
I'm already there, dog. I'm accepting it.
Yeah, okay. All right, I guess you're right. No,
Can
I got nothing else.
Answer the question?
What was the question?
What? It was before the nowadays. What are kids playing with nowadays? What are their
drones? Destiny answered it. It was drones.
That's what kids are playing with? Drones?
Yeah, I think
so.
No,
not the flying things, just in general.
What do you mean? They're gaming. They're playing on their phones and iPads and...
These are the conversations that the podcast normally misses.
It's true.
But we're just having them live.
Yeah, we've just decided we're just going to record for the rest of time. And you're going to hear everything we say forever. That's actually what's going to happen.
Okay, so if you have a kid in your life, what are you buying them on Christmas morning?
You're like buying them credits to the App Store for your V-Bucks for their Fortnite skins. Like that's what you're buying them.
Really?
Yeah. How is that any different than what your parents buying you like GameStop gift cards and that kind of stuff?
You're just buying them skins?
Probably, yeah.
Because I guess the game's free?
Yeah, games as a service is the way to go. Thanks, Smite. You're buying them gems.
Huh. Okay. Chat is just saying V-Bucks, phone.
Yeah.
Crack.
No,
toys.
Not that one. That's not the one you want. Definitely not.
Okay.
The crack.
Okay. These people in chat have never talked to a kid in their life, and neither have I.
Okay, this is a weird place to end. But
we have to wait. You change the subject real quick, and then we can.
I looked in chat and I see things I can't say, so I'm not saying those. I can't remember what else we were talking about. Single player games are great. My PS5's getting here like this week, and I'm super excited. First game I'm gonna be playing, the new Ratchet and Clank. I can't wait to play that game. I love Ratchet
that.
And Clank
Was a good game, actually.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank games banging. 100%.
I think it was on PS2. I played it a lot, and I loved it. Same with the Final Fantasy games. I actually really loved those for single player games.
There you go. You get those. Okay, this is a good final question here from Bear Piro. Matrix 4, good or bad? You excited for the new Matrix?
There's a new Matrix.
Yes, Barra. Nowadays, all movies are just sequels or remakes. That's all. I didn't
even know there was a Matrix after the first one. What?
Bro, there were two more after. It was a trilogy. It was the Matrix trilogy.
It's not a trilogy. There's a fourth one.
Well, they just made the fourth one, man. And you can have two trilogies if that's what you want to do. You can have like Mistborn is two different trilogies. That's what it happens.
Okay, it sounds like they're just out of content, so they said it was going to be a trilogy, and then they're like, okay, guys, back to the drawing board.
Yeah, like I said, all movies these days are just remakes or like sequels that didn't need to be made. Like that's all there is to it. We're the old back in my day, we had original movie ideas. And we walked uphill both ways to school. Anyways, thanks everyone for listening. Big shout out to our two sponsors for this week's episode, Manscaped, where you can get 20% off plus free shipping by going to manscaped.com/back, and Mint Mobile. You can get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/backliners. So you have to that's our full name. Manscaped, they use our nickname, which is back. Our full given name is backliners, and so that's what you put in for Mint Mobile. So big shout outs to them. Shout outs to Prediction as always. You can check out all their different shows across all their different networks, all that kind of stuff. We will see you next week when SBL has returned. So get excited for that. So we'll see you then. Until then, Barra, maybe in your best old man voice, give us a little bye here.
You mean like I have to change my voice? Or is this like already my old man voice?
That is up for you to decide, my friend.
Bye!
He's already old.
I'm already old. I can't fight anymore.